week, you help her when she goes off to the gym, or encourage her to go to the gym, or even to exercise from home, and get her back to that shape that you wanted before, than, focusing all your attention on someone else and neglecting her. Neglect is one of those things that could cause her to, resent you, and broken promises, unequal load, like I said. Now, the other one is lack of appreciation. She does all these things, but you don't seem to notice it. She does maybe her hair for you, but you don't even notice she's done her hair. She does her nails for you, but you don't even seem to notice it. But you see all these other people who are doing all these things about themselves, but her. That is also not good, and it can cause resentment. Taking her sacrifices for granted, especially when she puts her dreams on hold. Many times these ladies, guys, that we are going out with sacrifice. If she was going to school, she can't say, well, I will not go until we've had our children. If she has sacrificed that for the sake of your relationship or having kids, really be there for her and notice, appreciate her sacrifice. Don't take it for granted that it was bound to happen. She was going to be a mother anyway. She was supposed to be at work, but she said, for the sake of our family, I'll not go to work. I will stay and raise our kids. That alone, guys, if you have such a woman, don't take her for granted. Appreciate her every day for every sacrifice, even for just being there, because not everyone has been, sacrificial to the point of saying, I'll be a homemaker, I'll mother your kids. Some ladies don't really want to know. They say, I cannot ruin this, for a baby. No, I cannot, allow myself to not be corporate. I need to be corporate so that I can also be able to fit in. Well, there are all these excuses we give. So if a woman has sacrificed anything for the sake of a relationship, guys, I call on you to remember to appreciate and not take for granted the sacrifices. Feeling unheard or dismissed. Yeah, that feeling of being unheard or dismissed can really, really ruin a good relationship. When I tell you something, I'm trying to suggest something, but you don't, not take note of what I'm saying. Anything I suggest, you just dismiss. That can also cause resentment. As ladies, guys, there's a secret too that you don't know. In every woman, and not particular women, every woman, there is that building sense that God gave to every woman. But if you see a woman is not so much involved into building you or, working together with you, it's because she is not investing in everything. But if she has really found that one and is happy and contented, my dear, she would give everything to that relationship and she will be there. But the feeling of being unheard and dismissed will also cause resentment. Let's now just go to a mini dive example. Yeah, a couple where the man thinks providing financially is enough, but she feels lonely and unsupported. Over time, her affection turns to obligation. Yeah, there's this couple that I'm giving an example of. The man feels his obligation is to just provide. And as long as he's provided money, what else do you need? I mean, I've given you all that you need. Isn't there food in the house? There are some men who do that. But especially us Africans, guys, I hope men who are tuning in are listening and listening good. Just because you bought food, just because you paid rent, just because you pay school fees in case there's children in play, does not mean that is all you have to do. The rest is supposed to fall on the woman. Guys, you want to get a woman who will be there for you. Emotionally, we connect and emotionally we invest. If a woman loves a man, really, really, truly loves a man, guess what she will do? She will get from everywhere else and bring to your house. Why? Because she really loves and cares for you. But if she doesn't, you will become like this ink pot or pot that is always drained. always draining, taking from you to other places, taking from you to other places. But that won't be the case if she truly loves you. So invest in more than just providing for the home, because here she feels lonely. And yet for you, you're thinking because you're making money and giving her food, paying the rent and paying all these things, she's okay. Well, she's feeling lonely. Haven't you seen rich people's wives stepping out and actually going with men who don't seem to measure up? Well, that has happened, and not once, but many times. And I know all of you that are listening in, you've had those stories where a woman who is really, really rich is going out with someone who has almost nothing, and she's probably the one funding him, paying his rent, and it puzzles whoever is listening. Why? Because she feels lonely. The man has played his part and provided, and he thinks that is all he needs to do. But yet there is more. There is more that you can do as a man. You can provide, fine. That is good. But don't let her feel lonely. Don't let her feel unsupported. Because over time, her affection may turn into obligation. When I say her affection may turn into obligation, where she feels like now he has come back, I need to, be fresh and just get in bed, get done with that, give him food, that's all. It becomes an obligation, and it's not good. This is a person that you want to grow old together or with. So if you want to grow old with this person, surely you invest more than just money, because put money on the side. Imagine the years where you won't be providing that much money. What will be happening to the relationship if it didn't have that foundation? I know of a guy who never, ever held his partner's hand in public. And then one time they went to a wedding. I think it wasn't a wedding, it was a party. And the man was getting closer and holding the hand. And the woman, because that had never happened, the woman was standing and saying, "Why are you doing this? Did you do something?" Especially these men many of you, I know you people who are listening in don't do this. If you don't buy flowers and all of a sudden you buy flowers, the woman would get curious. Why is he buying? Did he do something? So let us make this a habit to care extra. We are more emotional than we are physical. And you guys are physical. So guess what we do? We toy with your physical because you're not meeting our emotional bit. If all you're doing is giving me food, buying food, which I'm going to prepare and you also eat, or paying the bills to which you're also going to be sleeping in the same house, guess what? Then I'll also play my part as an obligation, not as something that comes from the heart, where I would really stick there out for you on every ground. So I hope that helps someone today. According to my relationship research, there's a doctor that I was following. There's a doctor that I was following who says that resentment is one of the strongest predators of divorce. So if you've been married, resentment will be one of those things that will lead you so quick to divorce, because it starts eating you slowly. I use the hole in your tire. You can have a small hole on your tire. Those of you who are driving or who have bicycles or motorcycles, you can have a small hole on your tire. But if you don't patch it up quickly, just that small hole, as small as it is, can really cause big issues for you. There's a friend of mine who was driving a TX and had a small hole on his tire and continued driving. As she was getting closer to the traffic lights, the thing just went on doing, and I don't know how she didn't know, because a TX can lose balance if those of you are driving. And she drove all the way from her home to almost my house without noticing. And by the time she got off the main road, people were screaming at her, looking at her. She was thinking, people have never seen a TX before. And she just continued driving. By the time she took the tire to be fixed, it was beyond repair. It was ruined. She had to buy new ones. So again, resentment in a relationship, like this doctor says, Dr. Kostman, He said that resentment is one of the strongest predators of divorce because it turns into contempt, and contempt kills love. I mean, we can start off really well, but if over time you don't pay attention to the things that I've mentioned, my dear, this is bound. If a relationship was just without strings attached, we are not married, we are just dating.